Good morning, you lovely, lovely people. An idiot abroad, myself. Um, and it's just, there's a few people who said, how did I meet my wife? And I'm still tired, I'm still half asleep. Don't know why I slept well. I think it was very early. So they were saying, like, sort of, how did I meet my wife? Where did I meet my wife? And how did it come about? Well, in the most unexpected of places, people. In the most unexpected of places. Because I wasn't expected to get married and have children. Two things I said I would never do again was get married again and have any more children. But anyway, getting back to the idiot abroad, which I am referring to myself, you know, you got to don't take yourself seriously. Because as you people know, when I came here, no plan at all. Didn't know where I was going to go, where I was going to be, where I was going to end up. And most people at my age, when I came to the Philippines at 50 odd, most men are settled, aren't they? You know, the percentage of men are probably settled at that age. You know, they aren't wanting to rejoin in life's adventures again. Who's better? Someone who's settled, who has, back in their own country with a comfortable lifestyle and also security, or someone like me who had no security as such, wasn't settled and was discontented with the way things were going in my country. So I thought, right, I'm going to get out, and that's what I did. But like I said, I didn't have any plan. That's why I call myself the idiot abroad. But when I came here, and I met a lady shortly after being here, not my wife, the one that was a very, very good chatter, and she's quite intelligent, and she was an elementary school teacher. And as I said, that I lost on that one. Never mind, move on. So, how I met my wife was because of the breakup of that one. And then I went and did a little bit of work in Korea, a little bit of teaching work in Korea. And the girl that I was with after, because I met a Korean girl afterwards, as I said in a previous video, and it was good, all well and good, but Jackie, come here. He's barking at Ronell, going through there. He knows Ronell, but come here. Yeah. And as I said, with the Korean girl, it didn't work out. Too many differentials between us, too many, it's just never going to work. So, when I came back to the Philippines, I went into this really strange, some strange place. It was in, just out, well, it was in Dipolog City, and it was in a place called Galas. Bearing in mind, I didn't know much about where I was living at the time. And people were saying, oh, Galas, it's a bit dodgy. And the place I did stay at was a place called Lower Banikapt in Galas. Got there in an apartment. I was only paying 2,000 or 2,500 pesos a month for this apartment. Wasn't the best, people. It wasn't the best. But it was a room. It had a separate toilet. The kitchen was part of the... it was like one room, big room, with a separate toilet, basically. And there was 3 of them in a line. I was number 1, number 2, number 3. Oh, God, so noisy. My neighbours next door, they had 1,000 kids. 1,000 kids and 1,000 dogs, and it was terrible. But this is how I met my wife. Because there was a little sari shop around the corner. And that's where I used to go, for my daily needs, my coffee and things like that. And I saw Mira in there many times. And she was always very, very shy. And always used to listen to music. She always had a cell phone on and one earpiece in. And time went on, time went by. And I got drunk one Sunday. This is how it all started. I got drunk one Sunday. And not drunk where I was paralytic, but just being out. Come back. And I said, Juliet, Juliet, where art thou? Romeo's here. I'll never forget that. What an idiot. What a prat. That's what I did. And her cousin came out. The guy who was painting this with all the blue paint everywhere, Nilo. And he said, friend, to me, he said, friend, come in. Well, of course, I had Dutch courage, didn't I? I had about 6 bottles of San Miguel. So I went in and Mira sat there. And then we just got talking, and we were dating even before we went out for 6 months. I used to go around there to see her for an hour, and I'd go back to my apartment. And then the people were telling me there, Stephen, this is not a very nice place, you know. And there was a guy, there was 2 guys there. They were horrible. One of the name was Francis, and the other one, I can't remember his name. Francis and somebody else. And I was in my apartment night time. I was like, what are you throwing stones at my door? I thought, I've got to get out of here. So all of the Philippines isn't good, people, you know, and a lot of Filipinos are jealous of foreigners. They really are. So you've got to be careful where you go and what you say and what you do. You've got to take care of yourself. Not all Filipinos are good. Not all. Especially the younger ones, you know, the early 20s and things like that. You know, they not all good. Seriously. So then Mira said to me, Steve, you know, it's not, you know, this is not good here. And when I used to go around to her house in the evenings, she used to walk me back round to the house for safety. That's how bad this place was. So I got out of it. About 8 months, I was gone from that place. And I got a lovely little place in Lawag. And 2 bedrooms. And it was only 4,000, I think 4,500 pesos or 5,000 pesos a month, including high-speed internet. Brilliant. So then me and Mira started to see each other more because I had my own place. You know, I didn't have to go around to her family's house and stuff like that. And so we were together for 1 year before anything happened. 1 year, people. 1 year. We were going out. I was taking it here. And the place that, because don't forget, my wife was a province girl. She hadn't even been on escalators. She said, Stephen, I'm ignorant. I said, just step on the escalator, put your arm on there and just go with the flow. Now she's great, you know, but traffic, you know, when, like, I took her to Cebu once, and the traffic in Cebu is it's more, you know, than what it was here, and she was petrified. She would put 1 foot on the road and 1 foot back, 1 foot on the road. I said, come on, it's okay. So it was like that, you know, and then my life started to change around a bit. You know, I kind of had a purpose why I was here, rather than being an idiot abroad, just going out and getting drunk, you know, and things like, because I was going out and just drinking and with Filipino friends. And that's when I was mixing with a few foreigners when I first came, and not good, people, not good. Wasn't good for me anyway. So then I always said I would never get married again and never have children. Then she said about moving in. She said, well, I asked her, I said, you know, do you want to move in? I said, you know, even for 3 days a week if you want. And she thought about it, and then she started coming around more and more and more. And then it went into the 2 years and 3 years. And after, I think, the second year, we moved in together, fully moved in together. And because of Filipino ways and things like that, she was scared in case people were talking, you know, going with a foreigner. I said, I don't take no notice of that, Mira, because she's really shy. You know, my wife hadn't even ever been to a bar before, never. And I took her to a bar once. That's the first argument we had, or she had with me, because the bar, like, it was the BRB in Dipolog, and of course it was like a KTV bar. And I just didn't think, a stupid idiot abroad, and she didn't like it. And I said, just have one more. I said, I'll be out in a minute, and she just left me. She did. And yeah, got home. Oh, she wasn't happy. She wasn't happy. But never been to a bar since with my wife. She doesn't like bars. She won't go in bars, which is good for me, because then I don't tend to go in there very often. Apart if I'm meeting a Filipino friend or with the angling club, I go into a bar. And then I went to, where did I go? I had to go somewhere. I had to go somewhere. I did. I went back to Korea again because I left some things in Korea. I remember now. And I went back to Korea and I picked up the stuff. I come back here. And then we started talking about it because I realised how much I missed her when I was away from her. And I said, about, making it more permanent, getting married. And that's what happened. We decided, got married. And I said, Mira, I don't want any children. I said, I just don't want children. I said, I'm too old for children now. I've done my bit. And then I thought, well, I'm being damn selfish, really. I'm not that old and I'm still fit. And I thought, why would I say such a thing? She's, at the time, Mira was 27. I think that's around 30. Yeah. And, it was pretty unfair, to say to a girl who's never been married, never had children, I don't have children with you. That's selfish of me. Now, she never pushed me on it. She never said, Stephen, I want children. I want children. She never did that. But, we got married and Kaylin, she fell pregnant with Kaylin. I will be honest, people, I shit myself. I was like, oh God, it was like my whole life had ended. I thought, oh God, oh man, what am I going to do? What am I going to... And I thought, have I still got it? To be able to be a father again when he's born. And I was worried all the way through the pregnancy as well because, you hear so many stories about men getting older and then the babies don't come out right, things like that. So I was constantly thinking about this, constantly thinking. And then when he was born, and it was on a Saturday morning, I was in bed and thought, what's Mira doing? It was like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, wandering around because it was 3 weeks early. So she was walking around and she said, I'm all wet. I'm wet. It's like I've weed myself. I thought, ooh, your waters are broken, Mira. I said, come on, hospital. So, and the hospital where I went to, because then we was living here in Pinyan. We was living here then. And the hospital in Pinyan doesn't normally do first time born children. They will tell you to go to a big hospital. But we went there and we sat down and Mira, I said, okay, Mira, everything all right? And because my wife is a member of the Subanen tribe, she's got this like disc that, when she's worried or stressed or anxious, she puts this disc and she'll bite on it. Then I was in the hospital and she was biting on this, and I thought, she's anxious. First time baby, of course she's going to be anxious. I'm just as anxious, because of my age, and I think, oh God, what am I going to be able to do this? Anyway, she was only there for 3 hours and the baby was out. Very small, he was just 5 pounds. Just a tiny little thing, tiny. And 3 weeks early. And not cry. He only come out. I thought, oh God, and they took him away. They took him away, and my wife said, where's my baby? I said, Mira, I said, they're just sorting him out. So they took him away, claimed him up, and I heard him crying. I thought, oh, thank goodness, he's okay, brilliant. And they brought him back, this little, tiny little, how can I, he was just so tiny. And, Mummy, and that was it. And here we are now. My boy's 4 this year. We've been married for 5 years. 5 years. That's it. So the idiot abroad, who said he would never get married, never have children, did everything that I said I wouldn't do. And do I regret it? No, I don't. I don't regret any part of it. I think what I've done is a new start in my life. It's a new start of my life. I never guessed anything like this could ever happen to me, It's changed my way of life, changed my perspective on life, and now I've got a purpose. My purpose before was just myself, really. And sometimes it is nice just to worry about yourself because it keeps the anxiety levels low, doesn't it? Keeps the anxiety. And sometimes my anxiety levels now are very high. Believe me, people. Oh, believe me, sometimes they are. But I think a bit of stress is good for some people. Although I must say I can't deal with stress very well. I've never been able to. But this kind of stress is okay. My wife, brilliant mother, brilliant wife. Good with money. Always saving. So, age, it's just a number. That's what they say. But I go out with my son all the time. I'm active. I do everything. I think I'm more active than my wife, to be honest. My wife loves sleeping. Does your Filipina love sleeping? She's got to have a nap in the daytime. It's as important as having her dinner at a regular time. She has to have a nap. I don't understand that. Oh, nearly fell over. Anyway, people. Oh, move away. Do you know, it's so quick. These coconuts, well, there's none on these because we took them off. But these coconuts, people say 3 months, it's 4 months. Harvest, 4 months. But, once you take them off, it's very, very, very surprising how quick you see the seeds coming again. And they call the coconut trees the magic tree because all of the tree is used. The leaf, all of the coconut is used, not just the flesh, all of it. And the tree's used, it's just a magic nut, they call it. And I can understand why. Right, people, it's starting to rain, which is nice because it's been so damned hot. Come on, Jackie. And listen, people, wherever you are and whatever you're doing today, have a great day. And don't worry too much about things, Don't let age put you off from doing anything. Look at me. Look at me. Who would have thought it? Who would have thought it? Whatever you're doing today, people, do it well. And God bless you. Take care. Thank you for taking the time to drop by again. Thanks, people.